Oh, look at that.
No wartime image in American history surpasses the photograph captured by AP photographer Joe Rosenthal of the raising of the flag on Iwo Jima. The film inspired by that image came to Eastwood through another director with a long history of war films.
We were both talking with our tuxedos on backstage after an award ceremony, and Clint said, I hear you've got this book called Flags of Our Fathers. Really an interesting book. I read it. And I believe I said, yeah, I haven't quite been able to crack it. I haven't quite gotten an adaptation to a screenplay that I'm happy with yet. Do you want to take a crack at it? He said, yeah, send it over.
The flag raising, of course, and the famous photograph became the most important photograph of World War II.
The power of the image was not lost on a teenage paperboy living in Sacramento.
I was 11 years old when World War II broke out, and it was in every newspaper that I saw. I delivered newspapers, and it just sort of symbolized the war effort. It was the biggest battle in Marine Corps history. More casualties and more medals of honor given out in that battle than any other battle in history.
To bring the gritty reality of war to the screen, Eastwood avoided over-rehearsing his actors prior to battle scenes.
It was Clint's idea from the beginning to have us not prepared, to have it be very much like it would be on the battlefield. All of these young men just sort of thrown into uniform and be ambushed as they were. What a hell of an experience.
I had never seen anything like that, where things were exploding all around you. I'd look to my left and see a line of 500 Marines firing guns. I mean, it was so immersive. Your adrenaline and your emotion is kicked in. You can't help but be affected by that environment.
Go! Go on!
You were caught off guard constantly, and your reactions were very real.
Action!
Once action was called and you were running through the field, it was electric. You really didn't have to act, you just had to be there and live it.
Stop. Stop.
When the time came to recreate an indelible moment of American history, the actors needed no prompting to feel the gravity of the moment.
Shooting the flag raising scene was really incredible. The night before, we all sat in our hotel rooms and we just watched it over and over, watching exactly what our guys did. Like, I noticed that Franklin, for some reason, he puts it up and he looks down in his hand twice. And nobody has any idea why he does it, and I don't think anybody really would have noticed if you hadn't seen it like 75 or 80 times.
It was a really emotionally charged day. You could sense this sort of palpable energy in the crew and the rest of the cast of something very special was happening.
And then we just did it, and for some reason when we did it, it happened like it happened. It's just kind of what happened. Mike's hand fell right over mine. Ira's hands went up in the way that they went up. It was really an incredible moment, I think, for everybody.
It's a monumental moment, and we raise the flag, and then literally the whole island just explodes in cheers and hoorays, and the ships off the island all, hug their horns and stuff, and, the Marines all over the rest of the island throw up their rifles, and they felt like they'd won the battle for Iwo Jima.
To see that flag fluttering in the wind and everything being choreographed down to the exact nuance of how it happened, Clint told us that we'd done a great job, and that was rare for him to express that kind of emotion with us, and so it was a good day.
Jeez, look at that.
For his young cast, Flags of Our Fathers would become an unforgettable experience.
I will never look at the flag the same way again. I will never think of war the same way again. And if anyone kind of romanticizes the idea of war, boy, this project in particular will change that viewpoint, I think. Yeah, I'm very proud to be part of something like this.
The movie completely honors these young Marines and the people who sacrifice so much for war, but it also says in a very unapologetic way that, war is hell, first and foremost.
Move on! Mike! Mike, can you hear us?
To be able to explore what these guys did and what they went through, I will walk away with having had one of the most incredible experiences of my life.
Something that always stuck with me throughout filming the movie as well was the wars are always fought by the boys, you know, the boys, and he makes a point of that at the end of the film when we're all running around and we're all just splashing around in the surf, you know, just being what we are.